Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at the crude oil futures. This is the light sweet crude oil. Before we proceed, disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and it is not a financial advice. Okay, so about a week ago we had done a video about a resistance zone which was coming in between 1840 to 84.50 dollars per barrel, and we were looking for that as a resistance zone. And what followed the following day, in fact, was the market traded into that. So the high was about 81.50, and then we had like two really strong negative days. So the market indeed pulled back from the resistance zone which we had identified in advance. I'll put a link to the to that video so that you can view that for educational purposes. Okay, so uh, longer term, we are looking for some completion of cycles or ABCD patterns around the 67 uh, dollars per barrel area. So there is like a region between roughly, very roughly, we can say around 70, which is this double bottom, to around $67. So this is what we are watching for. But in fact, when this really strong pullback happened, market rotated lower. What it did was, in fact, it found a support at the 78.6% retracement level. So that is a support level from this bottom. So this is a for the moment, in our opinion, a minor support. Um, but price indeed seemed to have found some support here over a number of days, and slowly it is rotating higher. So what we see is two scenarios which could play out. So if we do a retracement here, in fact, I'm going to go down to the hourly chart to show it in an easier way. So that is our top here. So if we just draw a Fibonacci retracement, in fact, I had already drawn that. So that's our, let's get the 61.8%. And also, let's get this. Okay, so we had a pattern formation like this, which is we should have been a strong resistance, but price did break above it. So let me explain here. So we had two things. We had this A, B, C, D, or one-to-one projection of this swing from here to here, coming around here, around 78, 78.08 level in that ballpark figure. That was also the 61.8% retracement level of this high to this bottom here. And that was a pretty strong resistance level, but price did break above it, and today we had CPI numbers come out as well. So it is still in this resistance zone, which is between $78 to about 79.50. This is what we are watching. What could happen is that price could in fact find some resistance from here and then begin to rotate lower and move towards the targets we spoke about. So that's one scenario. The other scenario is that what price could do is, because of this 78.6% retracement level, it could do a larger ABCD to the upside. And I'll just clone this one from here to here, and that is going to take us to around $84 ballpark figure. So there we go. So back into that resistance zone again. So there are two scenarios which could possibly play out, and we are just watching what is likely to happen. So our resistance zone for this scenario is between 78 and 79 and a half dollars per barrel. So let me write it down. 78 to 79.50. And if price is convincingly able to move above 79.50, we think that $84 in that region is where the next ABCD comes, and that's what we are watching in crude oil. Um, what we think is that crude oil is perhaps either make a double bottom, goes a little bit lower, so anywhere between $70 to $67 to complete that ABC pattern which we had spoken about. And in the previous video, I'll put a link. That's where we have actually discussed in more detail about those ABCD patterns and how we are coming to these $67 level, a barrel level. Um, there is, and then we think that energy is actually going to perform better, and there is a possibility that from those levels, crude oil bounces higher. Time frame wise, it's difficult to say, but perhaps moving into February, we could be looking at some sort of a tradable good bottom coming in the crude oil market. So that's what we are looking at as a forecast, but forecast is always flexible and it's possible that based on the price action things can change, and obviously we'll update you. So this is what we are watching in crude oil, and if you like how we analyze things here, how we look at the market, how we do the technical analysis, then please do subscribe to the channel. I'll really appreciate that. Thank you very much for watching the video. Good luck and good trading.